A pleasant day, everyone. My name is Guadalquiver, and for today's subject, legal aspect in tourism and hospitality, we will be going to tackle about the chapter 6, the tourism public sector. So for the learning objectives, we have to identify the various government agencies involved in the development and promotion of the tourism. Second, describe the relationships of these agencies with one another. And lastly, explain the possibility of public service as a career in the industry. So for the table of contents, we have introduction, function of Department of Tourism, function of Philippine Tourism Authority, Intramuros Administration, and other government agency. In 1973, the Philippine government recognized the need for trade promotion and tourism development, leading to the creation of the Department of Tourism. This department aimed to promote national development, attract foreign visitors, and educate Filipinos about the country's natural beauty, history, and culture. Although not directly involved in tourism promotion, these agencies contribute significantly to the industry's efficiency. So let's move on to Department of Tourism. The Department of Tourism typically works to promote tourism within a country or region, which involves activities such as marketing destinations, developing tourism infrastructure, supporting tourism-related businesses, and facilitating travel experiences for visitors. Its main function is to boost the economy by attracting tourists, generating revenue, and creating job opportunities within the tourism industry. So, mauni sila ang mag-encourage o nag-promote sa isa ka lugar para mahimo or himuon og tourist destination. Sila ang hinungdan nganong daghan taglaaganan ron, nganong daghag na discover nga lugar nga laaganan. And also, they help individuals nga makakita og trabaho og maka-earn. The Philippine Tourism Authority or PTA was a government agency tasked with promoting and developing tourism in the Philippines before it was abolished in 2009. It played a key role in implementing tourism development projects, coordinating with stakeholders, and promoting the country as a tourist destination. Its functions were absorbed by the Department of Tourism or DOT after its abolition. So, si PTA naara sila pagka-same or parehan ni DOT, but ang PTA, mas focus lang dyan sila sa specific role in implementing tourism projects like, for example, sa Boracay. Ilang gitutukan og maayo jud na nga project. PTA played a key role sa pag-develop sa infrastructure, sa pag-promote sa island, o pag-coordinate sa mga stakeholders, which resulted nga ni-boom ang Boracay until ang Boracay karon is one of the top list destinations sa Philippines. The Intramuros Administration is responsible for the restoration, development, and promotion of Intramuros, the historic walled city within Manila, Philippines. Its function includes preserving and showcasing the cultural heritage and historical significance of Intramuros, as well as promoting tourism and ensuring its sustainability development. So best example ani is ang Fort Santiago, which is a significant historical site that dates back to the Spanish colonial period. So they ensure the restoration and preservation of the site. They promoted for Fort Santiago as a tourist destination kay makaprovide ang site og historical background, which is good for educational tour og mga exhibits aron ma-showcase og unsa ka rich ang atuang lugar sa history og culture. Other government agencies. Number 1, the National Parks Development Committee or NPDC. The NPDC takes care of national parks in the Philippines. They make sure these parks stay beautiful and safe for people to visit. They work with the Department of Tourism to make sure visitors can enjoy these parks while also protecting nature. Example ani is ang Banawi Rice Terraces National Park, which is one of the top list tourist destination ani sa Philippines. NPDC and DOT ensure that terraces are well preserved para mas long last siya and mo preserve iyang beauty, which is one of the reason nganong daghan ang mo visit adto na place. Second is National Historical Institute or NHI. The NHI protects the important historical places and things in the Philippines. They find these special places and make sure they stay in good condition. With the Department of Tourism, they help people learn about and visit these historical sites. Like sa Fort Santiago, they make sure nga well-preserved jud siya para mas madugay siya and para mas daghan pang tao ang makavisit and to learn something interesting from Spanish colonialization sa Philippines. Third is the National Commission for Culture and the Arts or NCCA. The NCCA helps keep Filipino arts and culture alive. They support artists and make sure Filipino traditions are celebrated. Working with the Department of Tourism, they share Filipino culture with visitors and organize events to showcase it. The Sinulog Festival in Cebu, which is very famous jud every third Sunday of January, celebrated annually or yearly, which means giving honor of Santo Niño and commemorated the Filipino people's acceptance of Christianity. They promote Sinulog as a major cultural event, attracting both local and international tourists. Fourth is the Philippine Convention and Visitors Corporation or PCVC. The PCVC invites people from around the world to visit the Philippines for big events and meetings. They want to show off the country's good places and services. Together with the Department of Tourism, they make plans to bring more visitors to the Philippines for business and fun. So, for instance, naay medical conference nga i-held sa Manila. Ilang gimarket ang city-state of the art conference facilities and ilang gi-collaborate og promotional campaigns para ma-encourage ang mga visitors nga mo attend pag more conferences and para mo explore panilagtaman ang atoang lugar which is the Philippines. So next is the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas or BSP. The BSP is the central bank of the Philippines, responsible for ensuring monetary stability and supervising the country's financial system. Its relationship with the Department of Tourism involves supporting tourism-related economic activities by maintaining stable monetary policies and facilitating financial transactions that contribute to the growth of the tourism industry. So, ang BSP, mao ni sila ang nag-ensure sa availability sa currency exchange ngadto sa mga airports, hotels, ug sa uban pang tourist destination para dali ra sila makapa-exchange sa ilang money into Philippine peso during sa ilang stay. Next is National Economic Development Authority or NEDA. NEDA is a government agency responsible for formulating and implementing socio-economic development plans and policies in the Philippines. Its relationship with the Department of Tourism involves collaborating on strategies and initiatives to promote tourism as a key driver of economic growth and development, ensuring that tourism-related projects are aligned with broader national development goals. Next is Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation or PAGCOR. PAGCOR is a government-owned and controlled corporation responsible for regulating and overseeing the operation of casinos and other gaming establishments in the Philippines. Its relationship with the Department of Tourism involves coordinating efforts to promote integrated resort, development, and gaming tourism destinations, ensuring responsible gaming practices, and enhancing the overall tourism experience for visitors. Next is the Department of Environment and Natural Resources or DENR. The DENR is tasked with the conservation and management of the Philippines' environment and natural resources. Its relationship with the Department of Tourism involves collaborating on sustainability tourism development initiatives, ensuring the protection of natural habitats and biodiversity in tourist destinations, and promoting eco-friendly practices to minimize the environmental impact of the tourism activities. So sila ang nag-ensure nga ang mga visitors responsible sa ilang pag-visit sa atong lugar na naghatag og guidelines sa mga visitors like proper disposal sa mga wastage para ma-preserve gihapon ang mga natural attractions. So let's move forward of Department of Labor and Employment or DOLE. The DOLE is a government agency responsible for ensuring the rights and welfare of workers in the Philippines. It oversees labor policies, employment standards, and facilitates job creation and employment opportunities. So tungod sa tourism, nag-promote siya og mga decent work, nag-open og mga opportunities sa mga tao nga maka-work, and when we say decent work, kanang gi-ensure gyud ilang fair labor or og labi na sa ilang safety. Next is Department of Public Works and Highways or DPWH. The DPWH is tasked with the planning, design, construction, and maintenance of public infrastructure such as roads, bridges, and buildings in the Philippines. Its goal is to improve the country's transportation and connectivity. So, ang relationship ni DOT o DPWH is that DPWH develops and maintaining transportation networks, labi na sa mga kalsada para ma-improve ang accessibility sa mga adtuan. Kaya it is very bothersome kaayo sa mga tourist if grabe ra katayog ang bus tungod sa kalsada nga lubak, which is very negative para sa tourists makatagam nila, which result nga dili na hinuon sila ganahan magbalik-balik sa ato ang place. Next, it's Department of Transportation and Communication or DOTC. The DOTC was responsible for the formulation and implementation of policies, projects, and programs for the country's transportation and communication systems. It aimed to ensure efficient and safe mobility for people and goods. So, kani sila is maoy ga-enhance sa mga transportation infrastructures like seaports, airports, and other transportation facilities nga mahimong convenient and accessible siya sa mga tourists, like for example sa mga PWDs. Para ma-accommodate nila ang mga PWDs, pwede sila mag-implement or provide og wheelchair accessible sa mga ports o mag-provide pod og training sa mga staff ug unsaon pag-assist sa mga PWDs effectively. So under the Department of Transportation and Communication or DOTC, here are the attached agencies. Number 1, Land Transportation Office or LTO. The LTO is a government agency responsible for the registration and licensing of motor vehicles and drivers in the Philippines. It plays a key role in ensuring the proper and safe operation of land transportation. The LTO collaborates with the Department of Tourism to enforce regulations related to tourist transport services. This includes ensuring that vehicles used for tourism purposes, such as tour buses and vans, comply with safety standard and licensing requirements. Next is Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board or LTFRB. The LTFRB is responsible for regulating public land transportation services, including the issuance of franchises for public utility vehicles. It aims to ensure the efficiency, reliability, and safety of public transportation. It collaborates with the Department of Tourism in regulating and monitoring transportation services catering to tourists. This involves approving franchises for tourist-oriented transport services, setting standards for service quality, and addressing any issues related to the transportation of tourists. Next is Maritime Industry Authority or MARINA. MARINA is the agency tasked with regulating and promoting the development of the maritime industry in the Philippines. It oversees maritime safety licensing and vessel registration. MARINA collaborates with the Department of Tourism to ensure the safety and quality of maritime transport services for tourists. This involves setting standards for passenger vessels, conducting safety inspections and coordinating efforts to enhance the maritime infrastructure that supports tourism, such as port and terminals. Next is Air Transportation Office. It is responsible for regulating civil aviation in the Philippines, including the operation and maintenance of airports. ATO oversees air safety, navigation, and the development of aviation infrastructure. It collaborates with the Department of Tourism to improve air transportation services for tourists, and this includes working on airport development projects, ensuring compliance with safety standards for airlines serving tourist destinations, and facilitating coordination to enhance the overall efficiency of air travel for tourists. Next is Civil Aeronautics Board or CAB. This agency makes sure that airlines pay fair and keep flying safe in the Philippines. They watch over air travel costs, protect travelers, and help the aviation industry grow. Next is Light Rail Transit Authority. This group runs the trains in Metro Manila, making it easier for people to get around the city. They aim to reduce traffic and make travel smoother for everyone. Next is Metro Trail Transit Corporation. This company operates one of the train lines in Metro Manila, helping people move around the city quickly and conveniently. Next is Philippine National Railways. This is like the big train system for the whole country. It helps connect different places in the Philippines by train, making travel easier and promoting tourism. Next is the Department of Trade and Industry or DTI. This department helps businesses in the Philippines by creating policies and programs to support them. It aims to boost trade and industry to improve the economy. They collaborate with the Department of Tourism to promote tourism-related businesses and initiatives. Next is Board of Investments or BOI. The Board of Investments encourages investments in the Philippines by giving incentives and support to businesses. It helps attract both local and foreign investors to contribute to the country's development. They collaborate with the Department of Tourism to attract investments that support tourism development. Next is Department of Foreign Affairs or DFA. The Department of Foreign Affairs manages the Philippines' relationship with other countries. It handles diplomatic matters such as visas, passports, and international agreements to protect Filipino citizens abroad and promote the country's interest globally. They collaborate with the Department of Tourism to assist in promoting the Philippines as a tourist destination internationally. Department of the Interior and Local Government or DILG. This department oversees local government units in the Philippines, ensuring they follow national laws and policies. It aims to promote peace, order, and good governance at the local level, which indirectly supports the tourism industry by providing a safe and stable environment for tourists to visit. They collaborate with the Department of Tourism to ensure a safe and orderly environment for tourists at the local level. Next is Bureau of Foods and Drugs or BFAD. This bureau ensures the safety and quality of foods, drugs, and cosmetics in the Philippines. It regulates the production, distribution, and sale of these products to protect consumer health. The BFAD collaborates with the Department of Tourism to ensure that food and beverage establishments catering to tourists adhere to safety and hygiene standards. Like sa mga fast food chains, dapat approved na sila sa BFAD kay aron mailhan if ang foods nga ginaserve nila is safe ba. This collaboration helps maintain the reputation of the Philippines as a safe and enjoyable destination for travelers. Next is Bureau of Customs. This bureau is responsible for enforcing customs, law, and regulations, including the collection of duties and taxes on imported goods entering the Philippines. The Bureau of Customs plays a role in facilitating the importation of goods and equipment needed for tourism-related activities, such as hotel supplies, tourist souvenirs, and recreational equipment. Smooth customs procedures support the tourism industry by ensuring the availability of necessary amenities and services for tourists. Next is the Philippine Coast Guard. It is tasked with maritime safety, security, and environmental protection in Philippine water. It conducts search and rescue operations, enforces maritime laws, and promotes maritime safety awareness. The Philippine Coast Guard collaborates with the Department of Tourism to ensure the safety of tourists engaging in water-based activities such as island hopping, diving, and boat tours. By providing maritime security and conducting rescue operations when needed, the Coast Guard helps promote a secure environment for tourists to enjoy water-related attractions. Next is Professional Regulatory Board for Customs Broker. This regulatory board oversees the licensure and professional practice of customs broker in the Philippines. It sets standard for education, training, and ethical conduct within the customs brokerage profession. While there may not be a direct relationship within the Professional Regulatory Board for Customs Broker and the Department of Tourism, customs broker play a role in facilitating international tourism by assisting in the smooth passage of goods and merchandise across borders. Their expertise in customs procedures helps ensure the efficient flow of tourist-related goods, contributing to a positive tourism experience. Next is Nayong Pilipino Foundation or NPF. The Nayong Pilipino Foundation is a government-owned and controlled corporation in the Philippines. It focuses on preserving and showcasing the country's cultural heritage and traditions through various tourism-related activities and attractions. NPF collaborates with the Department of Tourism to promote cultural tourism and heritage preservation initiatives. It often works in tandem with DOT to enhance the overall tourism experience in the country. Next and lastly, Tourism Enterprise Zone Authority or TEZA. The Tourism Enterprise Zone Authority is an agency tasked with establishing and managing tourism enterprise zones in the Philippines. These zones are designated areas that aim to encourage tourism-related investments and development. TIZA works closely with the Department of Tourism to align tourism policies and attract investments in designated tourism enterprises zone. This collaboration helps in the sustainable growth of the tourism industry by creating attractive and well-developed tourism destinations. And that is all about my report. I hope you enjoy it. Again, this is Guadalquiver. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.